Welcome to the house that Rockne built. Leahy turned into legacy. Parsegan renovated and Holtz restored. Notre Dame Stadium, the home of the Fighting Irish. A Big Ten showdown is coming. Conference implications aplenty that could resonate for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Maryland Terrapins taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Terrapins will kick it away first. He'll bring it out. It's Emmanuel. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So Notre Dame's offense takes the field. And here he comes, a man who epitomizes the phrase, the tight end's always open, David.
And yes, he is, Reese, and it's so cool. The tight end position now has evolved so much. You can move him all over the field, and you can really highlight a guy of his ability.
Too big for safeties to cover.
He's going for it all. He's got it down the right side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. The give. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Gonna run it. It's Pitts. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
And that touchdown just got this whole place going, didn't it? You got everybody doing the Irish jig. Touchdown, Jesus is happy. You got the leprechaun, he's dancing. The energy in this place right now is on another level after that score. No wonder this is such a tough place to come in and try to get a win on the road.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. The Terrapins offense has the ball for the first time. And you want to talk about dudes who can bring the heat off the edge, David? Both of these teams have somebody that can do just that.
Man, it's so much fun. They get off the rock, and they get in the backfield and get to quarterbacks. Make them feel uncomfortable, get them to the ground. These guys change the way offenses are playing the game.
These offensive coordinators better help out their quarterback. These guys need to be double-teamed with tight ends and running backs. You let these guys go one-on-one, you're asking to get sacked. Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. And the Terrapins will bring the punt team onto the field. He's got great speed. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Here come the Irish back on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves him with second and short. Finds his big tight end. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. Here come the Irish again, this time doing it through the air.
And getting a little balance, right? We talked about how they like to be physical and they like to run the football. But when you get that balance going, man, it makes it easy to call plays, start to settle in, everything looking good on offense.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. After the short completion, it's now second down. Pressure coming. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
He's going to take off. He gets the job done, picking up. In getting down.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
Quickly complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll try the run. And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now it's second and goal. Trying to slam in. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Offside, defense.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball.
On third down, he drops to throw. He's got the back in the middle. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
Great job by the running back here on that third down catch. There was no wasted movement. As soon as he got the ball in his hands, he turned around and he got upfield. That's what you got to do. You got to be decisive on these third down type plays to move the sticks.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route. Oh.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. The number one job is to protect their quarterback, and they did not.
They did not. Look, my number one job as a defensive lineman is to attack your quarterback and get him on the ground just like this, get in the sack, rattle this guy as much as you can, as many hits as possible on these quarterbacks.
After the big first down sack, it's second down. He's looking to throw. He's got it. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Using his feet to buy time. Still on his feet at the 45. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The Terrapins want to crank the tempo.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, to get down and don't take a big hit.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but That pressure gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna let it fly. And he's got it inside the 10. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Maryland! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give. He'll off one deep down the left side. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Trying to take it back. Delivers the contact. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. Offense in a split backfield. Running back goes in motion. He'll start this drive firing. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Terrapins! Some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him redirect.
Here come the Irish back on offense. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it. Open.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. A first down for the offense. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Now on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
Glass half full, glass half empty, guys. Obviously great they got a completion. Prefer that over incompletions or interceptions. The glass half empty. I mean, they made that third down a bit more manageable, but not much.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory. Instead, he'll make the fair catch. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line. On first down, here comes this offense. Power football with the run. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
That's reeled in. It's Pitts. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there getting that first.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Irish. He'll try to tack on one more. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
I feel like the defense right now is living rent-free in this QB's head. Of course, they picked him off the last drive. They almost picked him off right there. This defense doing a nice job mixing up their looks, and they're completely confusing.
Gonna take a shot at this DB. He's got it on the right. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. And the defense... And he took it all the way. Touchdown, Maryland!
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more. Looking for a huge play. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. It was just too easy, and he didn't look it in. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Takes his shot. Got his man. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. His offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Quarterbacks talk about it all the time. They love the clean pocket where they can step up, throw the football. That is not what they had. Nice job by the defense, beating the offensive line, disrupting the timing, and getting a nice clean hit on the quarterback.
Still running at the 40. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. He's looking to throw it. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, they'll take to the air. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Notre Dame.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Handoff to the lone back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Right back to him on the ground. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Hoping to move the chains. Here comes Notre Dame on 4th. They'll try it on the ground. And they'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And with that, they've taken the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Rutgers is currently ahead in this one. The folks in Piscataway have been in a frenzy all week, but they're in the birthplace of college football. This one is close. They're up by just 1 over Michigan. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. Wants to throw on 1st down. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. They had a really productive first half, but in a game like this, they better keep it up.
You know, at halftime, the offense and defense separate, and they kind of go over their own adjustments. You know the offense was saying to themselves very quietly, guys, we're not going to stop anymore. We got to keep scoring if we're going to win this game. So the pressure's on them here in the second half, Joe.
Yeah, and you get the ball first. And so it's been a high-scoring first half. You get to go out here now and make a statement. Start this half and say, listen, we're going to keep scoring points, and then maybe help some, alleviate some of that pressure on your defense.
Fires to the big fella. Powers through the defender. And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
It's complete. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. He leaves it with his back. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. And the Terrapins headed quickly to the line. Grabbed behind the line. It's Luck. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man quickly. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack.
Well, you just sort of felt like this defense had to do something to get this quarterback out of a rhythm, right? He's been picking them apart all drive long, and finally they come up with a sack.
On 3rd down, going up top. got it behind the line. It's Luck. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Well, it's a nice job tackling that defense. I know one guy missed, but you saw the effort. Other guys coming and flying to the football. They knew how big that third down was. They had to get the stop to give themselves a chance to now get off the field.
On fourth down, trying to keep the drive alive with the run. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Wants to pass. Going for 6. Touchdown, Terrapins! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here come the Irish back on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David. He lofts one down the sideline. Wide open, he makes the catch. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal.
And the biggest thing is identifying coverages, right? The quarterback has to line up and see what he's seeing and see those safeties. I know outside with that safety in the middle of the field, I got a chance to attack and attack deep with my speedster, and he does a great job throwing the football out there, and he does the rest with the catch and then striding it into the end zone.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Pulls and fires complete. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. The Terrapins are in the hurry-up.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
And it's incomplete. It was wild, high, and wide on that one. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. This time he's got him. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. And the Terrapins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Jefferson. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. And here comes the offense on second down. Quick release by the QB. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. He'll toss it. Fights off the defender. At the 35, he's got room. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races. The Terrapins trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. He's looking to throw. Buying some time. And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple. So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. No good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. The give to the tailback. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. He'll try the left side. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Looking deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And they... Third down, but now dealing with fourth down. The Irish send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Line gets set, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Takes the easy completion. Oh, there's the ball. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys. The ball is bound to pop out occasionally. You got to be in the right place at the right time.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
On second down, wants to throw. The short hands, it's Wells. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. That last completion still leaving them with a third down. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. They'll ride the hot hand. Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
With the run on first and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Now on second down, they want to keep moving forward and keep that clock churning. They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is third and goal. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. Man, at this stage of the game, does that hurt to have 6 points taken off the board? Now they've got to regroup and try to get it in again. Third and goal, where the strong come through. From the gun, wants to pass. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
He'll pull it on the read. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defensive end understanding football, understanding that I got to keep outside contained. I'm responsible for the quarterback. Good job playing his responsibility. And how about getting that sucker on the ground? He's a pretty good athlete to be able to corral him, tackle him right in the middle of the field, and get him to the ground.
And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
Quick completion to the right. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short game. And the Terrapins come to the line in the hurry-up. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Caught close to the marker, it's Jefferson. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. The Terrapins are moving quickly down the field. They're going to throw it again. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Negative play on 1st down. That's what a defense always wants.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up. And this is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. The sweet feet buy a little time. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Coming after him. He's going to run it. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the 1st down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory. And the Terrapins come to the line with a new set of downs. Going up top on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hendricks. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming.
Well, they're able to get the completion right now. You know the sense of urgency is up right here. They're in position to go win this game, Dave.
Yeah, and defensively, take your time getting off piles, make them eat clock, get your defense really, really quickly, and make sure you don't give up any big plays by not being organized.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. Grab near the marker. It's Banks. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. He'll set up to throw. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. Touchdown, Maryland! And inside a minute to go, they've got the lead.
And they're able to score on a drive where they had to have it this late in the game, and they look to their playmaker on the outside to win that one-on-one matchup.
Big-time moments. Who do you trust as a quarterback? You could tell this was a big moment. He threw it to his big play wide receiver. He knew he would come down to it, and now the big play in the 4th quarter for the touchdown.
Here come the Irish back on offense. Okay, one possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
Got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the sticks. Can't get tackled in front of the sticks. Make sure we're taking some shots down the field, chewing up some yards. Jesse, the defense will be vulnerable here.
Yeah, and I think because of that, David, offensively, you got to have a plan. You got to...
Going for it all. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. You got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Now in the waning seconds, Jesse, you've put yourself in position to pull this one out.
And there's a chance this may come down to the kicker, guys. So which hash mark does he like to kick from the best? You got to play call this to give your guy the best chance to make his kick.
And how much confidence do I have in it? What's his range? All those things come into account, and how aggressive you want to be maybe going towards the end zone versus a field goal.
Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. Good timing on the quick out. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got him, and they convert. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. 7 is the lucky and skilled number for this squad as they've made it to this point in the season, and they are still perfect.
Still perfect, and they're cooking. You can tell they got some momentum. 7 weeks, obviously, that's not the whole season. You got bigger fish to fry down the road.